Peace, 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 family. How's everybody doing? My name is Keisha. I am the owner of A Way of Life. I am a career and business coach using astrology. So today, I'm coming on here to talk a little bit about transiting Saturn and Aquarius. And the reason I'm doing so, honestly, is just to go a little bit deeper into it. I feel like with everything that's going on, again, in relation to work and the uncertainty to work, your career area of life, as we all know, Saturn rules our purpose, our mission in this lifetime. And so it's important to have this conversation. I won't be here long, family. That's not what I'm trying to do here. Just trying to give you something else to look forward to, maybe another perspective I may not have touched while doing the general overview energies of it. It is kind of a different perspective. But really, as I've done in the other two videos that I mentioned, what I really want you to keep in mind, which I will not be discussing in this video, is the placement, the degrees that Saturn is at. And it's really harder to track from here because I don't even have it at the correct place. But just being mindful of where this is playing out for you in your chart. Get used to seeing it, what it looks like. Because we're just about wrapping up this transit. Saturn went into Aquarius at the end of the year. Pretty sure it was December of 2020. And it'll be there until 2023. And so we just only have another year here. To wrap up here before we start to see what lessons we've learned from this transit. And so I'm just going to break down a little bit what that might be, and it won't be that long. But again, I feel like these videos are really for people who are worried about their career. This will be a part of one of my career videos, so that you kind of get an understanding of what Saturn is asking of you in whatever area of life that it is in for you. So this is really, again, for people who are trying to learn how to use their birth chart and how they can capitalize consciously how to work with the energies in their chart. All right, so transit in Saturn and Aquarius is testing our Aquarius area of life. Saturn rules the world we live in, the constraints of daily life, how much time we have in a day, because Saturn rules time, boundaries of our world, our discipline and follow through, responsibilities and commitment, what we have to take care of, where we have to put in work, diligence and effort. We can't take no shortcuts when we're dealing with this area of life, because Saturn, what Saturn's going to do is going to dig in if you try to do anything like that. And it's going to show you where the cracks are in your foundation of whatever it is you're trying to build, right? And you really don't want that lesson, because that's a karmic lesson, right? And it could set you back pretty far back. You know, it could be a massive delay in your life. And so it also rules groups, gatherings, conventions, concerts, stadiums, theaters, sporting events, the new technology that advance humanity, like AI, virtual reality, robotics, space exploration, engineering, airports, and air travel, okay? When Pluto enters Aquarius, that's when we will experience permanent endings around these themes in March of 2023. They will be transformed according to how we, the people, use them. So If you've ever listened to any of my videos that I do on a regular basis, you notice how I'm always saying, if you stay in situations that don't serve you, what happens is the energy will move along without you. That's the first thing to know. And again, this is just a setback and a delay where you can constantly feel like you're taking 20 steps to catch up to where you were whenever this change happens. Another thing is, what I don't think we know, and this is more spiritual than anything, is that we really do control our destiny. Now, whether or not we're aware of it is entirely different. But when you consciously choose things in your life, you bring that energy towards you and you manifest it in your reality. And so if you are consistently not moving and changing with the times, like I always say, you can literally end up reliving the past. Like, it's a real thing, you know. I always think of not just Hot Tub Time Machine, or this is so much deeper than that. I'm trying to think of a really good example of what this might, like people who grow up and they're like 50, but they still act like they're 30. We call that living your second childhood. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to take control of your life, family, is all I'm saying. I could get so much deeper into this, but I really meant for these videos to be super, super short because I talk about all this other stuff in depth in my other videos. And for people who are learning, they don't want to be on these videos sitting up here listening to stuff for 800 hours. So I'm going to respect that. It makes perfect sense. I really just want to put a bug in your ear again to show you how you can be consciously aware of what these energies are doing, how the changes are going to appear, and just being mindful that you resonate with something, anything of what I'm saying in these videos in your life is really should be a good enough confirmation that I'm on the right track. You might not see it today. Hell, you might not even see it 5 years from now. But you should eventually start to seeing some of these things to know that you're on the right track. And at the end of the day, that's really all I want to do for people. But I don't want to sell easy because this is going to be challenging for us. It's going to be hard and intense. But then once everything is all done and all these changes through the Pluto, especially once we get to Pluto, because Pluto is intense. Once, just like ask any Capricorn right now today, if not their life had been flipped upside down since Pluto went into their sign 2008. I bet you any single one of them will tell you, child, look, let me tell you something. It's been hell. It's been hell. And so we are getting to the end of Pluto as well. We got what is it, 20, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, maybe about 4 more years for that transit as well. 3 or 4 more years for Pluto before, oh yeah, it says it right there, March of 2023 when Pluto will enter Aquarius. That's only 1 more year. That's only 1 more year. And so Pluto is an intense energy, you know, and then we got what, 2008? Yeah, then we have all that time. Man, listen, I don't have to tell y'all. Y'all seen what happened with the shutdown. That was all pretty much Pluto and Capricorn. So you already know what it is. Once it enters into Aquarius, all these Saturn and Aquarius themes that we're seeing right now, which is like the testing phase, right? This is the pilot program. See, they've done a lot of research on us at this point to see where and what we're doing, where we're moving forward to, and that's where all the energy is going to go. And then we're going to test those out for the first couple of years. Well, we might have one major change like it was in 2008 when it first went in there as a disruptive energy. And then after that, it's just going to be about building those pieces together. You know, we'll be building the new things that are just like, I don't even think myself, even as an astrologer, I promise you, when I sit down and I look at the astrology, I am consistently trying to find new ways to have conversations about these energies, because I'm like, well, what would that look like? You know? Not to mention, you know, you've probably heard me say is that we're going to have air transits that we've never had before. Pluto in Aquarius is going to be one of them. We've never had this in our lifetime, so we will not be talking about historical events on this transit. And so I, for one, am just super excited about what it is to come. And I hope that everybody else is too, and we're not living in fear of any of this. And, you know, build your team. Get ready. Be prepared. You know, stay in the know. Continue to study. Challenge yourself to do Google searches on things so that you can see. And share your stories. Because then as an astrologer, for me, what that does is say, ooh, okay, I know what this can be. You know, and we can work together as a collective to continuously build and keeping these astrological energies alive, because I feel like at some point we're going to need it. I really, truly do. So as usual, family, y'all already know I can blab on for days and days and days about this, but, you know, as usual, I hope that you find this information helpful. Peace.